name's Madison Tyler. I am a psychology major at BYU. And my first question for you today, Dr. Martin, is spirituality, it tends to be a very personal experience. So how do relationships play a role in spirituality?
I think the assumption is quite right, and that is spirituality is, in one way or another, almost always personal. And yet there are few experiences in life that raise the idea that it's more than merely personal, although that's the way individuals almost always experience it. And there are a few experiences I would point to in particular that seem to elevate the importance of relationships in spirituality. If you listen to the way many new parents, not all by any means, but many new parents talk about the giving birth and on the mom's side and welcoming the newborn on the dad's side, they'll often talk about that as a kind of spiritual experience. And the other end of life seems to involve something very similar to that, and that is death. Having been around those situations a number of times, I'm amazed at the number of occurrences in which the individual or the family will say, we felt more connected then than ever before. So oddly, at a time when they're saying goodbye to somebody, they're also connecting with them in a new and, from their point of view, deeply spiritual way. The third thing I would point to is a relationship that seems to evoke, not always, again, but frequently, a large sense of spirituality has to do with romantic connection. That is the discovery of a depth of love and connection that the individual or the couple had never previously experienced. So in one way or another, these experiences, birth or romantic connection or death, seem to be those in which the individual or others, along with others, discover a level of connection and love and attachment that they had not previously had. And they often use religious or spiritual language to describe what that is. Another way to put that is that generous people are more likely to be spiritual than those who aren't. And that is, they orient themselves toward life in such a way that they want to connect with other people and are often really connected with other people. And there's a phrase that shows up in research literature about these individuals. And it's phrased in different ways, but essentially it has to do with a warm and accepting attitude toward others. So spirituality is a uniquely personal experience, but it also involves these interpersonal and relationship dimensions.
That's wonderful. So would you say that spirituality helps facilitate interconnection?
Yes. And it happens in a multitude of different ways. I wouldn't name all activities as ones that involve other people and that also involve spirituality, but many do. And again, based on stories from people, but also the research literature, the stories are those that cover an immense variety of topics. But all I would guess too is if you look around the people whom you know and ask what gives them meaning and significance in their own lives, it'd probably refer to things that would be somewhat surprising. A friend of mine, for example, that I've known for many years, talks about an activity that I would not associate with him, and that is he loves model trains. But in loving model trains, it's not just a matter of having ownership of trains, little trains, but immersing in the activity of creating the tracks and the train and the village. We could also refer to such things as cooking. We'll talk about cooking in such a way that it becomes a transcendent experience for them, or running. That is just a matter of getting out there and running. People experience spirituality or spiritual highs in doing that as well. So the variety of possibilities is almost endless.
Visit thebmsproject.org to learn more. Together, here for our youth.